Happy Friday. Hopefully you have had a wonderful week. We pray that you've had a wonderful week. The weekend is here. It's upon us. And hopefully you are loving the fact that you made it to the weekend. You're on the podcast, so you already know what this is. The Love and Business on Lock podcast with me, the franchise Jay Claxton, and this beautiful young lady to the left of me, Cassandra Vaughn, Dr. Cassandra Vaughn.
I swear, every time it's Monday, it seems like Friday's here again.
Time doesn't wait for anybody.
Yeah,
it's the most important. It's the most important thing that we have is time. Super crucial. So even though I may not always run ahead of time, I at least need to know the time. So that's why I always have a watch on. It's very important that I know what time it is. It's very important. It's very important. How you doing? How you making out?
I'm good. I just noticed that you went to the barbershop, even though I knew you went to the barbershop.
Right. Yeah, I went to the barbershop.
She would have taken it down.
Had a real great conversation.
Did you know me?
No, I mean it's done now. There's nothing I can do.
Can you know what I mean?
Tomorrow? I may go Monday.
Okay.
I may go Monday.
Okay, thank you.
You know what I mean? Because I may go Monday.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But other than that, you're well. Other than the fact you have an issue with my beard, you're well.
I'm alive.
Okay, you look good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Got the lip wet on, lip wet popping.
Lip wet. You're the only person that notices.
But I mean, because we all got to have our own slang and terminology.
Let me tell you.
I was saying lip wet on commercials for a minute.
I'm going to save this for when we bring our person in.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I have to tell you something that happened today to me. And it's like one of my pet peeves. But I'll wait. So introduce our guest.
Okay, so our guest that we have on tonight is, he's a friend. He's family.
I watched him grow up.
Right, and that's the beauty of it, that we've seen the maturation. Right?
What the hell? I'm Googling that. I've never heard of that word a day.
Instead of
maturation?
Yeah, that means he's mature. We've seen his
maturation. Spell it.
You know how to spell it? You want to college? We've seen it. No, that's I promise that's a word. No, I promise.
Are you making a word?
No, that's a word.
But
we've seen that though. We've seen him mature in business and what he does. We've seen from articles, from interviews. We have seen him grow. He's family. He's a friend, and
he's a real one.
I appreciate him. He's always, gave us the food, or gave us, hey, make sure you be careful. Make sure, watch this person, what I'm saying? Something just kind of fell in my lap. I just want to make sure you're good. I don't need to tell you exactly, but just be cautious. And I appreciate that, because that's a rarity.
Do you know that he's the first person he is the first person. Now, this is far before you've ever said it. He was the first person who told me that you love me.
Okay. That's what he told you. I'm saying that's what he told you.
Wow.
No, is that what he told you? Is that what he told you?
Media friends.
Come on, you introduce him.
I love y'all. Y'all are hilarious.
Yo, listen, she gave you this BS introduction. Well,
actually, it wouldn't
I was gone, and then she hopped in.
But Mr. Start of Steel.
Let me stop. Let me do it right again. We've seen this guy mature in front of our eyes. We watched him grow. We watched his business. We watched his interviews grow. We watched him just grow. Period. As a man, as somebody that moves and shakes in this business, none other than our guy, the Media Prince. That's how you're supposed to be introduced. I don't know what this one was doing over here. Bring him on, Media Prince.
Well, that's not exactly what I was doing.
Bring him on, Media
I was
Prince.
getting ready to say a whole bunch, because he really was the one that was like, yo.
She was bringing it back into love. She was bringing it back.
Yeah, and you ruined it because you don't have emotions, so you don't care.
Okay, how you doing? Like, hey, look, I don't want to call you by. I want to call you by.
He was trying to call him by his government.
Yeah, I was. Medium Prince, how you doing, my brother?
That's because we family. See, family.
Right.
Y'all can just call me that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. How you feeling, man?
I'm always good in the presence of family. It feels good to be. It feels at home.
So, I know you have a lot of things going on, which is a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, and we gonna get into all of it. We gonna get on the fact that you have so much going on. We want to celebrate you.
I'm so proud of you.
We want to celebrate you as a business, as a friend, as family. We want to celebrate you as somebody moving and shaking in this business. We really are here to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate your successes. You did what I'm saying. So
thank you.
Man, this is basically an opportunity for you for the next 60 minutes to really talk about yourself. And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to feel like, damn, I don't want to talk about myself. It's okay. This is your opportunity to talk about yourself heavy. It's your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So I am anxious to know what is going on. I mean, I know that we're privy to some information, but I do want you to let everybody know on the podcast what's going on with the Media Prince. What does he have moving and shaking?
Woo. So I have a lot. Speaking of what's going on, that's the first thing I have. The what's going on DC segment. It went from radio, and it's now we are with the Washington Informer, the newspaper, and there's a bridge portion of it. And so I'm doing that every week, giving everybody a lowdown on everything they're missing here in the nation's capital and the areas around it. I have the Black Code. We're in the middle of getting ready to film for season 3. So that's the next project. Then I have another show called What Are Those? It's a weekly review show of videos where we're talking about fashion. I knew that's what.
I knew that's where you was going.
Because when he said, "What are those?" I'm thinking,
"What are those?"
That's exactly what it is. So it's a music-based show where we're watching all the latest music videos, but we're not talking about the music. We're dissecting. What are those? What is that? Do they have on? So that premieres in April. Then I have some brand ambassador stuff that I haven't announced yet, but we've been working tight in the cut with that. That'll be announcing soon. And then the biggest thing is my book. I just revealed the cover, and then I was canceled, which comes out on my birthday, July 3rd. Pre-order starts next month. And so I'm just working, trying to do what I can do. And of course, the Media Prince. I got my website. That just stays consistently. And just working, just constantly staying to the grind.
So what do you actually do? What is I need to just a guilty pleasure. I need to relax. I need to, I just need a tad bit of a break.
Okay.
What is that like with all of these things that you have going on? What is that like for the Media Prince?
Okay, so don't think I'm weird, but my chill out is just listening to ASMR videos. So do you guys know what ASMR is?
No, well, you great to explain it to us.
So it's auto sensory meridian response. So some people like SMR sounds like the ocean, the crickets or the night sky, those real calming sounds. I like to hear like whispering, people chewing, people playing on the keyboard, tapping. Real. I felt good when Cardi B finally announced that she's a huge fan, so I didn't feel like a weirdo. But that's like really my relaxation. I can literally put on a video like when I'm my downtime. Like once I get off here, I'm putting on a video ASMR, and I just sit here and relax, and it just puts tingles, and I just feel so at peace and calm. I either doze off or it relaxes me to just get zenned in, and I get to work.
Right. I gotta have the TV on. I could be dead to the world tired, but I'm gonna cut the TV on.
That's the crazy thing.
Oh yeah, I gotta go to sleep with the TV on, and it has to be on Disney Channel. It's just something.
That's
It has to
interesting.
be on Disney, and I go to sleep. That's the only way.
So our thing is like Three's Company.
Right, I'm watching. We like watching a lot of
Yeah.
old shows. So I mean, because really, I'm a you know we throwback. We're throwback. You know, we love
Classic.
nostalgic
Yeah.
things. We love things of nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we tend to watch. But speaking of like videos, I've been so locked in to the stock market. I mean, everything. Everything. My morning goes from motivation to stocks. And in the middle of the day, then I'll go to sports. But I go to stocks. I am fascinated. I am just locked in to the stock market. You know, and what I love is I feel like you know how we talk about a lot of times we bring certain energies to us.
Right.
I've really been noticing there's a lot of people that really are in the stocks as well. It's becoming kind of popular. And I just I am really happy for the fact that I think that us as Black people are paying attention to our finances now. You know what I
Amen.
mean? You know, and you had some people that really had locked in. Like she's really good with money. You dig what I'm saying? She's done some things with money, but I love the fact now that we care about finances and how to move and what we should do because that's what that's all about. That's the information that you get. So enough about me.
I was getting ready to say, is this interview about you or him?
No, he was saying what he likes to do, what he likes to fall asleep to, and I was
What you
saying,
like to fall asleep to?
you know, I like watching old school, TV shows. You dig what I'm saying? I really do. I really
Trust me, I
do.
know.
All right, man. So enough about me.
I
Enough
am
about me.
so extremely proud of you. Been following you since 2016, actually. It's 2016. Met you. I don't even remember how we met, but I know we met.
I do.
Okay.
We met at the Metro. You were doing events with
Yeah,
Metro.
yeah. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
And we locked in.
And you came and you spoke at one of those events, and just to watch the evolution of you, and because we've been a part of it, it really makes me feel special. I've watched how you, as Jay says, take the food in. Like you're not just sitting there as people are giving you the nourishment. You're taking it in and then you're regurgitating it out to be the best version of you. And I think that more millennials should probably follow your lead, because you've made a major impact in this industry. And I feel safe at night that God forbid anything happened to me, that somebody like you is sitting in the wind, and carrying on the torch.
Thank you. Wow, hey, I hit a goat preaching these words to me.
No, but I mean that is she's gonna always answer the phone when you call, and that's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she always will answer the phone when you call, man. So
and I'm gonna fuss at you when you're not doing right.
Hey, she will. She will get. That's when the real name really come out. When I ain't acting right, that's when you really hit a government.
So what is that like? Like, what is that like if you see he's not doing something he's not supposed to do?
Okay, so if I pick up the phone and he doesn't answer, then I text him his full name with the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then he starts talking and, we'll get to it. I'll tell him, oh, you're punished. I'm not talking to you.
And then I'll be like, no, why? What I do?
Like, no. So, it hasn't been many times, but, what I appreciate is he's accountable for anything, because, we're big on accountability. and we have to be accountable as well. And I just feel like part of this journey and part of, God gave me a gift. So he gave me a gift. So it is my job to make sure that people like Media Prince, like I keep them accountable and I teach them things and I prevent them from having to deal with situations and issues, that I did. So just like he will call and say, hey, be careful or watch out because of, or I heard this. I make sure that I reciprocate that to him as well.
Okay. All right.
And you need people like you around. Like literally, you guys are like the grounding foundation to keep people knowing what they're doing is for. You get what I'm saying? Because you
Right.
can get so blinded by everything. You get what I'm saying? You need those good foundational people that's going to really put you back on track. Like, this is why you're doing this. Let's get to work. And the rest is history. So I definitely appreciate, because literally, dude, y'all know, when all the foolery happened with me, that interview with you guys definitely changed the trajectory of the whole day. Like, it allowed me to see, like, all right, better days are coming, and this is all right. This is one of many things. You get what I'm saying? I plan on being canceled 80 times. So you just got to get to it, and don't sweat the small stuff, and remember what you're doing is for. Right. And that kind of like really reassured me, and that helped me really start the building process for the book that people are getting ready to see.
Right. It's funny when you talk about counsel. It's like people almost like want to run to go and cancel somebody. Mm-hmm. And it's like they build you up to try to tear you down and cancel. Whatever mistakes happen, you don't necessarily know everything. It's 3 sides to every story. So I never got that. And why do you have to say that you cancel somebody? Why don't you just keep scrolling? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have an issue, that's okay.
You don't have to follow anybody
at all. I'm not paying attention to nobody I don't want to pay attention to. So, I don't understand that at all. But the great thing about what you said is you keep going, and there was some lesson out of it that you got, which made you stronger. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you gotta kind of take them in, because that's what's going to build you and make you into a better man.
Amen. It definitely taught me a lot of lessons. I think the biggest one it taught me was I'm good where I'm at. You get what I'm saying? I don't have to really try to fit into a society that never was accepting of me in the first place, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
And I started getting into my head, because I did really, really well. Like, Media Prince picked up like fast last year, and like to a different level. And I kind of got big headed. It definitely was, pieces where I would be like, I should get this. This supposed to happen, like things of that nature, and trying to please those other people that I felt as if I'm in that realm, and I didn't have to do that. And so this kind of like also taught me that lesson, like, be comfortable where you are, and remember your platform and why you created it. And I needed that, and that was a way of me to learning a lesson within that as well.
Right. And as long as you got the lesson, then was all worth it. You know what I'm saying? And none of it, at the end of the day, none of it's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
It's not. None of this is gonna kill you. You gonna be okay. You gonna strap up and be okay. You dig what I'm saying? But let's talk about what you have going on right now. You have a lot. When we introed the show, you have a lot that you have going on. We would like for you to talk about all the things that you have going on, but let's say if you could start from the most important thing down to, if you could put them in a category or put them in order, the most important thing that you have on your plate right now, we want to get into that. We want to talk about that.
So right now, the most important thing is definitely the book.
I knew you was gonna say that too.
Because I said, because it was like I said, like, once you let it locked and loaded and release it to social media, that's where the journey begins. Like, it's time ticking. So I've been in the last final stages of the edits and everything, so getting ready for pre-order and getting those last reads over and getting the codings right. So that's the project that's the most important in the forefront, and it's like a therapeutic project as well because this project restored me. Like I gained a lot of strength, from writing this project and creating these affirmations. It really allowed me to release versus hold on. So that's the top. That's where it's at. So
What's the name of the book?
and then I was canceled. Motivational quotes for triumph and success.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you.
What was that experience like? I mean, just to write a book and then you see it all come together. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like you birthing a child.
Yeah.
How was that experience for you?
First,
Pause. How would you or him know?
I got 2 kids.
You've never birthed nothing. You've never pushed anything out.
I planted the seed.
You ain't push anything out. You don't know how that feels.
The second one, I was right there next to
that has nothing
the
to do.
OBGYN. I was right there.
Pretend. We could pretend like we experienced that. Like we can.
No.
I was right there. When my daughter came, I was right there, like ready to catch her. Like,
okay, this is not what we're talking about.
But no. The process.
Why you keep pushing me?
No, because I feel like now we.
Why he keep pushing me?
No, because you used to me being here. You used to me being here, and you having that, and that's how I look. And I was like, yo, I'm really tired of looking like that. So I need to look like this.
All of this.
And you need to move over a little bit. We ain't even. We ain't even in here right now. Now we even in the box.
All of that.
Now we even in the box.
All of that.
You know what I mean? But again, it is like what I'm saying. It is like seeing, when you watch your kid develop.
Right.
That's all. You know what I'm saying? And you're watching your baby develop.
Yeah.
What is that feeling? What is that like?
It's overwhelming. It's definitely exciting and nerve-wracking. I've been wanting to write a book for the longest. I didn't realize that it would be like a scandal situation that would really push me to really picking up what I've been wanting to do. But it's been a nice, fulfilling journey. It just it put me back into the days where I just used to write.
Okay.
Like literally just write my thoughts and write. And when I wrote the book, I wrote it for me reading it. Like what would I want to read at this moment? And how would it go? So I just started writing my story, how I came to be, how everything, was put together, and then how it all crashed. And taking you there so that you can see how high I was. And then you got to see how low I was. And then the process of retaining an even higher high than the high that I thought I was in the beginning.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
I can't wait. I'm like I can't wait. I can't wait. Because I feel like everything that I'm reading, I was either a part of, or I lived through with you, or I know the backstory,
Right.
So I can't, I'm so excited. And I need to read the book. I can't do audio. I have to read the book. Jay's an audio person, but I have to touch it. So I can't wait. I'm excited.
Right. I definitely am an audio guy, but I have been reading a little more. I told you I've been locked into these stocks. So
you read a lot. I wasn't saying that you don't read.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
But that's crazy you said that because a lot of people have been getting in. I'm not. I know I am not. Like if you had to put it in a level, like if you're expert, professional, or proficient, I'm still at beginner phase. But I do like that a lot of us definitely got into the stock market, especially with all this chaos of the pandemic. You know. Right. I definitely I got a lot of stocks.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Jay really leads us with that. He can tell you everything about it. He can, he will break it down. This is the reason why, and things of that nature. And that's the beauty. I say, even though this is about you, that's the beauty of us. when our conversations are more than just hi, bye, you look nice, like it has substance, and I feel like with you, our conversations have substance as well. We have real conversations about real things in life, real places or real goals and real aspirations. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Real grown up conversations that you walk away not feeling your time wasted.
Yo, when I tell you, I say that all the time because value, it has to be some value. If I am occupying any of your time, if we are occupying any of your time, there has to be some value. You can't get time back. It's the only asset that you can't get back. You know what I mean? You can get friends, family, money, jobs, whatever the case may be. Chances, but you can't get time back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to waste your time. I'm not. That's what we're not here to do that. You know what I mean? So and it's about value as well. It's about value as well. And what I can say is you have value. You know what I mean? You have value. It's not a one-sided relationship. It's not, we give you all the food and we get nothing from it. And it's not you give the food and you get nothing from it. Like it's gotta be equally yoked. You dig what I'm saying? Has to be equally yoked. So now second thing that you have going on. Talk to me. What is
It's called What's Going On, DC. So that's my weekly segment that comes on Washington Former Bridge Network every Friday. So it's a 5 to 7 minute segment. So I was able to take what I did on KYS to not only the visual platform, but now I get to expand how many topics I talk about.
right?
And I have full range. So I'm able to tell you what's the latest in politics, what's the latest in sports, what's the latest in entertainment news. That's all circled here in the DMV area that you wouldn't particularly know about.
Right. And that's the beauty of what we have now, where, a lot of times, because I come from radio handcuffs you, you know what I mean? Radio handcuffs you. And now with all the platforms that we have, it's the reason why we built this, because we can control the narrative. And that's basically what it seems like, you're doing with what you're working on.
I have a question. And as I'm sitting here listening to you guys, I've really been trying to figure out how to put it together. But what is interesting to me is like, so Jay will always ask the person, what is their why? So I guess my question for you is, when did you know that you needed to take your why and create a brand from it? And how easy was that? Or how difficult was it?
Mm. Well, honestly, I didn't learn my why until mid through doing something that I thought was my why. I thought my why was to do media, just to get the news and to inform people. I think that was just the surface to finding my why. Now my why is to empower, motivate, and inspire. And I'm just able to do it through media. And I love those conversations when I hear people say, yeah, Media Prince made me feel seen. Media Prince made me feel important. Like he showed respect. I didn't feel uncomfortable. Like you gave me tools that made me want to go further. You get what I'm saying? Or you talked me out of doing something bad. And that's what I do it for.
Right. Right. And that's why the blessings have been coming. That's why the blessings have been coming, because there's no selfishness in it. It really is about giving back. You know what I mean? It is about us sharpening each other. It's that energy that will continue to have you or lead you down the right path. You dig what I'm saying? It is really so not about, hey, look, it's me. It's not about that. It's about, again, giving that food and making sure that somebody is good. If you can change the day or evening or night of someone, man, you done did your goddamn job. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what that is about. Let me jump in real quick and let me ask you this. Where do you see yourself in about 5 years?
Oh, it's a tough question. Where I pray to be is the website is thriving and there are contributors worldwide that can, that make it run like a billboard or a complex. I would love to have a TV segment, or maybe like Entertainment Tonight or E News while the website still runs. And I would love to go on motivation tours. Like just speak to people and profess into them their greatness, and put those keys and those gems around. That'd be in my perfect realm. But honestly, I don't know where I'll be in 5 years. Hopefully, consistently still working. Long as I'm still getting my messenger calls and I haven't fumbled any balls, I'm a-okay.
How difficult has it been? So you're a team of one. So how difficult has it been for you? And what would you tell people is important about in order to build themselves? What advice would you give?
Definitely getting in tune with yourself, uh, learning your strengths and your weaknesses, and really acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses, because sometimes we can misconstrue them and be like, well, it's not really a weakness. No, it is. And this needs to get worked on. I think those are the first building blocks of how you can really be your best self. Like, in order to be a team of one, you got to be the best team player. So if you're not your best team player, then you need to get off the field. You know what I'm saying? And then once you're a good team player, then you can recruit teammates, and then you guys create that dynasty.
Right. What is one of the what is a weakness that you have and you are currently working on right now?
Procrastination.
Okay.
Punctuality.
Are y'all related?
Giving.
Oh, you heard that, huh? You heard that, huh?
And also, and just knowing that my past is my past. I sometimes that's a weakness of mine, of letting the past kind of hinder where I am now.
Are y'all related?
And that's something that I love, the growth, because I can admit to myself, I can say out loud, like, you don't feel good doing, like, this doesn't feel good. You don't like how this makes you feel. This is not, you shouldn't have said that. That was dumb. Like, this is dumb what you're doing, or like, this is great what you're doing. So it's but yeah, punctuality, because a brother is, I am finally saying it out loud. Like, I have a problem. When they say color people time, I think my ancestors was that group of people they were talking about.
They were in the dictionary next to color people, like. Yeah.
And then I definitely know procrastination. I can though I've had much success, I do know that I am horrible with really being proactive as I should be. And that's something I'm working on. And then also now I'm in the gym 6 days a week. So that was an area that was upsetting me, and I can't keep being upset if I'm not going to the gym or eating right. So that's where we at. And I just make where I'm at now, I probably am like getting to that very, very happy place. People say they're like really, really, really just happy. Like I'm getting a taste what that feels like now, and just walking in my season of just enjoying me. You get what I'm saying, and be settled with that. Like, if I'm happy, then we good. We all good.
Right, you on your Pharrell. You on your Pharrell. You on your happy.
I'm gonna I'm gonna share something with you that I've said to Jay.
To this guy, whoever this. Whoever this guy
To this
is.
handsome man that's sitting to the right of me.
Right. And I just came from the gym too. I'm like, if I take my shirt off.
Uh-oh.
I can't give you a little bit without you taking a yard.
I'm telling you.
I can't give you a little without you taking a yard.
Hey, y'all.
This
So-
dude.
I feel it.
This dude kills me. Before you say what you're gonna say, let me say this to you. And I feel like it's important. I said it to him before, and you were talking about one of your problems. Well, something that you deal with is your past, right? So you say that Jay says, you know, his karma from his past. But what I have learned in life and what I'm a Christian, Jay's a Christian, and I know you are as well. And so one of the things that I know is that just like they say you can't pray for something and worry, you can't believe in God and believe in his forgiveness and say that you're gonna reap karma. Because see, you only reap karma when you don't learn your lessons. Once you learn your lessons, you don't have to worry about your karma.
Spoken like a true preacher's kid.
That's a word right there.
Spoken like a true preacher's kid.
That
So,
is a word.
like
right
you
there.
can't talk about I'm accountable for something and you can't say I've learned a lesson. Well, if you learned a lesson, then let's move on for it. Like why? Like it in our relationship, okay? In our relationship, we, you know, will agree to disagree, whatever the case may be. But at the moment that he says, okay, I apologize, or you're right, I can't say anything else. So why are we still talking about it?
Is that true all the time?
Yes, it's true all the time.
So
I'm an angel.
okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna put him in the middle of.
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna do that to you because you was.
But what's crazy is when she said that, my eyes went straight to Jay just to see what he was gonna do.
Right,
I'm an
because
angel.
you was privy to a conversation before we went on air.
Angel.
You dig what I'm saying?
I am your angel.
Right, you were privy to a conversation before we went on air.
I am your
and
angel,
you heard some
buddy.
stuff, but it's
I'm your angel, buddy.
it sound good.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
But no, that's how God works too, though, because He also put people in your life to reiterate things that you get what I'm saying. So
Right.
by you saying that, it also lets me know that, oh, I'm good with leaving that where it's at. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a learning process and it's a strength process. You get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
You guys are vets and have been through a lot of different situations that you have been able to grow from. So where you guys are at now, you know yourself and you know the where's, we ain't taking that bull crap over here, and like this is where it's at, and I'm accountable, and let's move on.
Right.
That is a place that I'm working to get to. You get what I'm saying? It's still a battle. I am now more confident and comfortable in knowing that I did learn my lesson and I can have brighter days and I deserve brighter days.
Right.
But it's also, that one little intricate one part in your brain that want to jump around and say, but your past. And I think as you get older and strengthen yourself, it's the discipline to ignore that voice.
Right.
And to keep moving and keep forward. And that voice is getting lower and lower and lower and lower. And then by you just stamping that, you just kind of muted him for the night, so he's mad in the corner. So
accountability goes so far. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it really does go far. A lot of time, somebody ain't even going to hold, like, can be upset. Listen, I messed this one up. I really effed this one up. I made a mistake. At that point, what is somebody really going to say at this point? You really, okay, let's move on. Because I was man enough, woman enough to say, hey, I made the mistake. I apologize. Because that goes a long way. I think a lot of other people would be still friends and still family and still have certain relationships if, he or she can say fam, I made a mistake. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? But I shouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have did it. I was wrong. I was out of pocket.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so continue to, you know what I mean, really work on that, because that was, I see so many people that aren't accountable for their ish. You know what I mean? I haven't cursed yet. I'm doing
so
pretty
proud of
good.
you.
I haven't cursed yet. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I was thinking about? So I was listening to you, and actually I was listening to you as you was talking. I was just really looking at you, thinking, "Damn, he's handsome." But
I
you know,
appreciate that.
I'm glad you did.
Shout out Deborah and James.
Yeah, shout out. They did a great job.
Shout out Deborah and James.
They did a great job creating it. But I was thinking about the fact that how you were talking about how you just came from the gym and all of that. I'm sorry, I digress. How you just came from the gym and this and that. But you didn't even notice I had my whole shoulder out.
What I said?
I was giving you a whole shoulder.
I said you look good. I said that.
You didn't say anything about my shoulder.
Okay. See, okay. No, you can't fight every battle, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't fight every battle. I'm thinking, hey, you look good. That covers all. That covers all bases.
Everything.
Obviously, I missed the base.
Yeah,
You just gotta be like, oh, you used the vino, didn't you?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I must have missed the base, man. Let me ask you a question. You have talked to many people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yo, you stealing my question. Go ahead.
No, I'm professional.
What does that have to do with anything? They steal all the time. He's stealing my question.
I'm a professor. You see that? You've talked to a lot of people, though. You have young and old, you know what I'm saying, rookie and vet. You have talked to a lot of people. If you had to really say the most intriguing person that you had a chance to
stole my question.
And interview, who was that person?
Hands down, Fat Trail.
Okay. All right, now tell me why. Trail's my guy, but tell me why.
Because I had another perception of him, and I caught myself while interviewing him like, damn, this brother is smart.
Right.
This brother really likes music. He's really studied and did his history. You get what I'm saying? I saw the artist, like the student of the art in him. You know, contrary to what his image is, I got to tap into that person. That's what made it really intriguing. So I left, like, listening to his music with a whole new meaning since I knew the student of the art, and that was the most intriguing.
You know, as I'm listening to you kind of describe Trell, it just reminded me of just some guys that I really enjoyed. I talked to them, and you would have thought that I've known these guys for years. Mm-hmm. And you know, for me, two of them aren't here anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. And died a year apart.
One was Nipsey.
Wow.
And you know, it's funny because, you know, we talk about moments and times and things of that nature, because you always think that things are, you know, you got all the time in the world, unfortunately, sometimes, you know. And after we finished talking, you know, his label rep called Cassandra, was like, man, you know, tell Jay, tell May, man, I want him to come have dinner. You know, come to Reese Christmas, right? Come have dinner. I had a gig that night in Baltimore, and I'm like, I can't go. I got this gig. It's my party, and I really need to get there. I'm thinking, this is never gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see Nick again. You know, it was just good rapport, and then, you know, his untimely death happened. You understand what I'm saying? And then Pop Smoke was another one. Like, Pop was just definitely young, but I mean, he was in that studio with me from 9:30.
We missed dinner that night. I was so mad.
Midnight. You understand what I'm saying? Like
we missed dinner.
The interview went an hour. You know what I'm saying? Interview went an hour. and went even before we started, and then after we finished. And like, man, I just feel like I've known you forever. And when I saw what happened and how it happened, you dig what I'm saying? It's like, and I was telling him, yo, I want you to be safe because I know what that is to be a hip hop artist, to be young and to be in hip hop. It's not, it's a very dangerous job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he had a lapse. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he had a lapse in judgment when he posted that address to where, the people sent him his stuff. He was really just promoting what he got and sent the address. And then, I say all that to say, man, you never get a second chance. Sometimes you don't get a second chance. So you got to take advantage of the situations while they right there. Cause I never thought that I wasn't going to be able to rap the Nipsey no more.
So as we talk about moments, how do you embrace moments, or how do you embrace events that happen in your life? For instance, you have a book coming out next month, right? Yeah, you released the cover, but how did you embrace it? How did you celebrate that?
I don't think I've actually celebrated it yet at all. Honestly, I need to now that you're saying it. See how you making me think now. But I made sure to be present, like to really feel the emotion, feel those thoughts, feel that feeling. Like I try to make sure I'm present. That's the thing that I could say that within the last few years I've really learned to do. Like I actually had a present moment today. I just was driving, listening to I was listening to Sister Sledge. Like I really love 70s. I feel like I hope in my next life. Now I don't want to deal with the racism part, but put me in the feel good hippie era. I
Right.
love the 70s. I love the 70s. So I just was listening to some Sister Sledge, a little bit of Diana Ross, some of the Spinners. And I just was driving and just appreciating, look at the street and the bridge, and just I'm able to see this, those moments. So I just like to be present, just because embrace where I'm at right now.
Right. And that's a special thing because she taught me that. I was happy that, things were happening, but it's like, yo, let's get to the next thing. We got something else on deck. And she was
And it's
like,
interesting
embrace it. I'm sorry.
No, it's interesting that you say that and you share, because I have found recently that I have not embraced. And I was having a conversation with my dad today, and we've been in over 30 periodicals, since November, okay? But I never sent any of the articles over to my dad, And today, my sister actually saw the article on social media, and she sent it. She sent this to my father and was like, "Do you see this?" And it's a really good article. And so my dad called me and he fussed at me. He's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "I've always taught you to embrace the moments because life is short. And I don't see you doing it any longer. What's happening? I need you to do that." He said, "And I need you to share with us what's happening in your life because you aren't." And he said, "Low key, that hurt my feelings." He said, "Amazing article I read today, but it hurt my feelings because I should have known about it from you." He said, "You stole my moment and you didn't take yours."
Mm.
And so it hit differently. It hit differently because to hear that is like, well, damn, I didn't. I apologized and he was okay. But, the moral of the story is that life is short, anything can happen in the blink of an eye. We live to be the best version of us, but it's those moments that you don't get back.
Right, right, right. That's crazy you say that, because now I'm at a place where I'm sharing everything with my family. Like my 80-year-old Nana, like my grandson is on the TV. Look at so it's it was a career that I did. It's and you know we in this business. Not some a lot of times our families really don't get what we do until we get to a certain period till they can see it for themselves. But my family was like, if you're in a doctor, lawyer, like, cause that's what they thinking, or in the government, that's gonna be like the good thing. You good at like
The
so
good government job.
Government
Yeah,
job with
The
the good government
job.
benefits.
benefits.
Yeah.
So to see me like go for my dreams, it was definitely very different at the beginning to like explain to them like, why are you going to an event? Another one? But you got to go to work in the morning. Well, why are you doing low? Well, you coming in late? Be careful. So to now they're like, the conversations are different to where they're like, we are so proud of you. Wow, look at all your hard work. Give me a shout out or tell them I said hi. Or so it just those moments now, you definitely make sure you share those because they get to embrace you and like really it's like also gratifying them that their hard work, didn't go to waste. Like you are this success. You are like all of their hard efforts went to you actually starting a new legacy for the family. So now coming on from sprouting from you, you've changed how the family once were in this mind frame. So now you've opened the gates to success and magnitudes that the family would have never did on their own. So, that's why Pops had to get on you.
Yeah.
And y'all just gave me a new food for thought. So I never drop on Monday, but I'm a post on Monday. And y'all just gave me a new food for thought.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all just really just gave me a new food for thought. Thank you. Good job, y'all. Go ahead.
Good job.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Our ancestors are dancing right now because this is the exchange that they fought hard for when Black people get together and magic happens.
Right.
I tell people that all the time that if you take your time and you pay attention to what happened with our ancestors in the past, and you use that and really put that in a thought process and you build on it, they laid a foundation for us to grow. Mm-hmm. What happened is everybody wants the microwave. They want it microwave. They want it like this, but nothing happens overnight
at all.
I remember the beginning of the pandemic, one of our biggest disagreements that ended up, Jay actually saw my point, was about the NBA and the NFL playing, because I felt like, no, do you understand everything that's going on in life?
I want to hear this.
Why are we focusing on football? And I play basketball. I'm a sports fanatic. Love it. Why are we focusing on football? Why are we focusing on basketball when there's a woman who was laying in her bed, a first responder who was shot?
All right.
Why are we focusing on that when there was a man who laid on the ground screaming for his mom to come get him because he couldn't breathe? And all of the other stories that have not been told, or all of the other police stops that we don't hear about, or the 13-year-old Tamir Rice who was on the playground playing with a water gun and was killed. Why are we worried about football? Why are we worried about basketball? The Montgomery boycott lasted a year and 6 days. But we couldn't last a month without turning on the TV to watching a sports for something I ain't getting paid for. I'm not getting LeBron's money. You know what I mean? And so for me, that was one of our biggest disagreements we actually had. However, as things began to progress, we're in a pandemic, Jay began to understand what I was talking about. We were literally literally, I'll never forget this. Last June, because we moved to Atlanta, we had to leave one of our friends' home because that's when the police shot the guy. Remember, we were DJing at Janora's house, and we had to leave, and we didn't know how we were going to be able to get home because they were rioting the Wendy's.
Remember when they burned down the Wendy's?
When they burned down the Wendy's
in Atlanta.
Oh,
yeah.
And we didn't know how we were going to get home. I was terrified. Even now, and I'll say this, including you I have a black man in my life. I have a black son, and I have a bonus child, a bonus male that I care about, who's in the South. I have you. So every time you guys go out, I worry because according to Harvard, the studies at Harvard, you know what Harvard studies said? That black men are most likely to be killed on a police stop than anybody else. And that came from Harvard.
it's crazy.
So for me, I just feel like if we build on the foundation of our ancestors and we put the work in, then we understand the success as opposed to microwave. Oh, he's media prince. Oh, I can do that. Let me go get me a mic and a camera. No, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't, Lord. Because media prints didn't even happen like that. Media prints had to find media prints in order to, you get what I'm saying, to do it how I do it now. This wasn't. I was trash at this at first.
Right. It's and I think part of the problem is, and I don't want to go too far on this, but it's the phone and social media, because all it does is show the wins. It doesn't show the journey. So it may show you interviewing a megastar, but you had to deal with a lot of stuff before you got to that. You had to deal with some losses, some falls. You know what I'm saying? And you had to deal with some wins as well. You know what I mean? You had to get your lessons in order to get to that point. And for real, you just can't skip the you can't skip it. Like you can't skip anything. You have to let things progress. You know what I'm saying? You can't skip steps. You know what I mean? You really can't, because it is a thing of it won't be authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like grand opening, grand closing. When you work and you've laid the foundation and just little by little, that's where the success comes at, man. This is the portion of the evening that go ahead.
I play games.
Hey.
Is that what you gonna say?
I wasn't even. I wasn't even gonna play no games with you, bro. I wasn't
gonna play the games, but since you said it, I do have some stuff in my phone that we could do.
But no, that what I was gonna say was I wanted you to be able to get your shameless plug-in. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be really conceited right now, and I want you to really talk about.
Wow, it's been an hour. Go ahead.
The media prints. Like, again, I tell you, it's about celebrating. I want you to really talk about you.
Hey.
The things that you feel like that you want to say and you can't say because you feel like somebody might take it the wrong way. I need you to give me all of that. We want all of that today.
Man, Media Prince is an award-winning journalist.
You better talk that talk.
That has been winning awards consistently since 2016. I actually am nominated for 2 more awards. Maybe I get them, maybe I won't, but the Media Prince has done amazing work. Man, I've interviewed everybody. You get what I'm saying? I've done things that a lot of people wish they could do. You get what I'm saying? Wow, it kind of feels different gloating on myself, but I ain't gonna hold you. Like, outside looking in, like, and if I was like a good friend of mine, I would be really amazed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because as a Southside boy here, you look on TV, you don't think you'll ever be on TV. And man, I've been crushing it. You know what I'm saying? I've been crushing it. I've been able to come out, create my own lane, be in the same rooms as the GOATs, and create an experience that's like no other. And a brother's gonna always look the part too when you come out. That's been a big thing of the media prince. A brother's gonna look snazzy. I don't mean to take over the room. That's just the God in me.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
I like that.
And I think a testament to why the media prince always wins is because God is here.
Right.
God always wins.
Right.
You know?
Right. Right.
Wow.
I actually got all my trophies sitting right here. And it's crazy. Is they're all set up around my family portrait. My family. You know what? Let me actually show y'all.
Okay.
Let's see. How can we flip? Well, I could just do this. Move the ashtray. We don't want to promote smoking. But this is everything. And it's like my family's in the middle. Got my mom, me, as little media prince right there. And I just got all my awards and everything circling around it. And it kind of like centers like this is the family, this is the foundation that started this.
Right.
And you know,
Right.
that's how I have everything set up.
Before you go, two things before you go. Well, I have two things before you go. Was there ever a time, and I know you said that the family questioned why you were doing what you were doing, why you were staying out late, why you were, getting 2 hours of sleep and going to, what they call your real job.
Right.
Did it ever become a time where your family was like, you should not do this, or you need to have a backup plan? Did you ever get that from your family?
Yeah. My family is I'm the first college graduate.
Congrats.
Thank you. I am the dreamer of the family. Not saying none of us have dreams, but I'm I've always, there's no stamp on this cannot be done.
Right.
This can be done if we open our mind. I was always the open mind of the family. So even to this day, I still see things differently, than my family. Just because I come from a space where I know so many different walks of life, it would be very selfish of me to only promote my thinking to the forefront when in all reality, it's not just me here. It wants us to all be able to understand the intricate of everyone. But yeah, my mom, everybody, definitely like, what's your plan B? Is this really gonna work? How are you gonna do this? But I also had to learn with that. My mission was to also be a success, but also change the mind frame of family members to seeing that you could create success. So the conversations are now different, way different, because I can now really ask you, what is it that you really want to do? You can do that. Don't think that the age you are right now, you can't get it done. Let's start saying. So now that possibility of, and that's all I'm satisfied with was because when you hear that, then it's like you're thinking different.
Right. Wheels turning. Right.
Yeah, something is going on. So I like that.
It again, just to kind of give you guys, that is going to be my new food for thought, was basically what you just said, because I had those conversations. That conversation came to me as well. You need a backup plan or whatever the case may be. So that you guys again just gave me a new food for thought that I'm going to post, because somebody probably needs to hear that. Somebody probably needs to hear that, regardless of what their family says or whatever the case may be, that they can get there, and you don't have any doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it might not happen as quickly or as expeditiously as you want it to happen, But you just keep the faith. And it's those small wins. It's those small wins that'll get you there.
Wow. I can't process it, and sometimes I feel deficient because I can't, because I've never had that. So I can't, it was always, what do you want to do? Okay, just be the best person and do it. So I was never told have a backup plan. I was always told, or it was said, hey, who do you need me to call to help make it happen? So when I hear that, like, I guess a part of my heart breaks because I'm like, dang, that happens to people?
Well, I don't even think your heart should break. It's just I think it's somebody putting their insecurities kind of on you. You know what I'm saying? It takes a mature person to jump. You understand what I'm saying? To be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, unfortunately, a lot of our parents and grandparents, uncles, aunts, friends did not jump. They might have had an idea, but they didn't go for it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't go for it. So and then with your parents, they really want the best for you, but they don't want to see you fail. But because they couldn't see it in their dreams or their outlook, they couldn't see it. So they automatically gonna probably tell you need a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
And for real, backup plan is saying like, I'm gonna fail, I'm not gonna make it.
Right.
To me, that's what a backup plan. That's how that sounds to me. You understand what I'm saying? That sounds that there's some doubt in my mind or a doubt in your mind that you're not going to get to where you're going, and we're not doing doubt. Just like Cassandra said, the PK on this podcast, you dig what I'm saying? Like faith and fear can't live in the same area. You dig what I'm saying?
I definitely had no choice. No, I got to be successful. It's been destined since kid. Like my name alone, like my real name alone, like I was the first to get recognized in class. Like I just had a responsibility, and I learned that. Right. I learned that young, that there's a responsibility that I have here that's beyond me. And what's crazy is this lady, when I was younger, and my mom tells me this all the time, but as I get older, I now can see that she's kind of right. This lady, we were visiting another church. You know how the choirs go to different churches in different cities. And this lady came to my mom and said, preached over us. And she said, your son's going to be a preacher. And of course, me on the pulpit, nah. But I can see that as I get older, that it's bigger than what I thought. Like I minimized preacher to just on the pulpit versus there could be a preacher in how you make people feel, how you change their beings to where they could walk away with much more positivity than they had. And that's that. So I'm like, oh, so, now I'm at a place too where I understand how important I am and how much important work I have to do. So now I have to cater to that. You get what I'm saying?
Pastor J.
So I do want to tell you that
Pastor J.
I do feel like that's why I do my food for thoughts, because I feel like these are all things that I've been through. These are things that I've knowledge that I've accumulated over some time, dealing with certain things. And for real, truth be told, I do feel like I could be, a preacher. I probably do need to have my own church. I probably do need to be on the pulpit. I probably do. I feel like I could go in that direction and it would be fine, because I talk the gospel. I give you the truth.
Hey.
Like Beanie Siegel album, at the truth. I give you the truth.
I said, she trying to look at you all sides.
Right, because she hate the fact that I say that I can be a preacher, I can be a lawyer, I can be a judge. I just feel like You know, I can be a lawyer. I'm great. You know what I'm saying? I'm persuasive.
Hey,
I'm charming. I got all
but
of these
she
attributes.
wouldn't mind being the first lady.
Oh, I am not. I have no interest in being a first lady.
I got all these attributes.
I have no. I am a PK. I have no interest in. Which brings me. Remember when we started the show? I said I was going to bring up something that happened to me today.
Right.
My biggest pet peeve. Okay. So my biggest pet peeve is a person coming up to me saying, "Hey, I know you." Okay. Hey, how you doing? You know. And I'm really trying to mind my old business. That's right. My sister just chimed in. She will not be one. Say it, that.
I don't have no choice.
Yes, I'm not interested. And I'm minding my business, trying to get something, you know, for tonight. And the person follows me around. I know you. Okay. But you know, I'm still trying to shop. You know Jay Claxton. And I'm like, yeah, you know. And so now my guards are up. Where's this conversation going? You know, all of that. You know, I follow y'all. Thank you. You know, you really have a great guy. Well, I'm not a piece of trash, you know. Like, do you understand how great he is? And I mean, I'm like minding my business in Staples.
I'm just gonna go ahead. You can finish close the show out.
Do you understand how great he is? And you know, God really blessed you, and you know, I'm like,
hey, yo.
I'm not chop suey. Like, what the hell is happening here, lady?
I couldn't write this script if I wanted to.
Right. I mean, so this is a girl who, you know, is around our age. Yeah, because I remember he used to be on the radio and he's fine. Ma'am.
Hey man, I'm gone. I'm ready to drop the mic. I'm ready to get a sexual chocolate.
Ma'am. So I'm sitting there staring. I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, thank you. Okay. Well, yeah, well, you know, don't do nothing wrong because there's women out here who want them. And I said, let me explain something to you.
Oh, God.
I don't fight about a lot. But I will fight
out in Staples.
I will fight about him. I enjoyed everything that you said about him. I enjoyed the fact that you like him, right? But ma'am, don't get your ass whooped in Staples. Don't let any of this fool you. And then I had to go get my car.
Hey, listen, I'm good. You can close the show.
Don't get your ass whooped trying to get ink for your HP laser jet.
Right,
baby. I'm gonna let you close the show out. Media press, I don't have nothing else to say.
That's because I was bombarded today with the goodness of Jay.
You couldn't write the script up. You couldn't write the script, man. I couldn't write that.
Hey.
I couldn't write
that. Probably pay these people.
Shout out to Deborah and James.
He pays these people.
Shout out to
he pays the people. Listen, real talk, it was amazing. Like, we've been an hour and 13 minutes. We could talk for hours and hours and hours. We are so ecstatic for your book release. We can't wait to read it. We're extremely proud of you. You know, watching you grow, I feel like I've watched one of my children grow, and knowing the struggles that you have gone through and watching how you actually stand 10 toes down in this industry, an industry that sometimes can swallow us up and spit us out. However, you didn't allow it to happen. When they tried to cancel you, you put a check in that box instead of that X. And so we appreciate you. We appreciate the support that you give us. We appreciate what you give to the culture. So one more time before we all go, tell everybody where they can follow you.
You can follow me at Jay-Z. I'm married to Beyonce, so you can follow that _ Well, no, you can follow me at the Media Prince. That's TheMedia Prince, PRINCE, like the King's son, on all platforms. And I'm just thankful to be in this realm where I could just speak to great people like you guys. You guys are who I'm inspiring. Like you show me, if you do the work, the luxury you could create with this lifestyle in the future. So you guys are what I aspire to. You get what I'm saying? So
thank you.
You show me.
I'm done.
You're done.
Thank you. I'm done. I'm done. Just know that you got a goddamn catch.
You hear that?
Yeah, you just know I look. But no, I do want to ask you guys
catch
something.
On lock. The catch on lock.
No.
I have a catch. I mean, he acts like I'm Chop Suey.
That's not what I said. This wasn't even about you. You had Baltimore and me come out. That's not about you.
What did you want to ask us and then close the show?
So you speak about Jay-Z, right? Speak about Jay-Z.
I want him to get his goddamn hair done.
So,
but see, that's they're Orishan. So that hair stuff, he's really into the culture and like dreads and like the real meaning of dreads. So it's people like him, J. Cole, that are like into it. But not to be confused with Lil Wayne. I don't know what he's doing with his dreads. But yeah. So Jay-Z is a cultural thing.
No, I wanted to ask you, both of you, because we hadn't had a chance to talk about it because a lot of stuff was going on. But the fact that Mr. West is now
a billionaire
because of the deal with that. Mm-hmm. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw something saying that he was the richest rapper now.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean he is richer than Mr. Sean Carter? Does that,
So let's be clear.
Does that mean that?
To answer your question, yes, he is, because there's a difference in it. Well, it depends on how you look at it, right? If you look at Sean Carter and Beyonce Knowles Carter joint worth, then no, he is not.
Right.
But single, yes.
Okay. So
yeah, and there was they've always kind of been like neck and neck. Jay-Z he always gets those deals. So and I think he had just got one by was it his Deuce title?
Title.
Also, I think he also did his.
And he sold half of Ace of Spades.
That's what it was. Ace of Spades.
Moet.
Yeah.
And actually Moet and Louis Vuitton is under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
But he sold half, so he's still part. He didn't sell it outright, but they have a partnership now.
You see, that Kanye has been with the Kardashians, and hate them or love them, that business, they know their business. So he's learned his business tips and how to capitalize on stuff. Now, I did know that there was another article that came out today that he's in the billions, but I don't think it's that high that they put him at 6.6 billion.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe he might be at 2. Either way, he still has more than Jay-Z. And he has more ownership with like the clothing, like fashion alone. That Adidas thing, that's through the roof.
Right.
Then he has a lot of stock too in a lot of these fashion companies, so he owns it. Contrary to how he's saying. And then his music's still selling. You get what I'm saying? So,
right.
He a little Luku.
He ain't a little, he a lot.
But you gotta love the crazy man.
Right. Well, I mean, and that's probably part of it. Part of the reason why he's in the position that he's in. But Media Prince, I thank you. We thank you for sharing part of your Friday evening, with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. We greatly appreciate you. We are proud of you. We're cheering for you, even if it goes some time and we don't have a conversation. You know what I mean? We're cheering for you. It's authentic and you're genuine, and we greatly appreciate that because I mean, we've both been in the industry a long time, and that's so hard to find. And that is so hard to find. So, continue to win. And I always say, man, continue to protect your circle. You know what I mean? No negative energy, no negative vibes, no negative people. Really keep that out of your circle and in your energy, man. Protect it and continue to win. That's for everybody. So, Wednesday, what's Wednesday's day?
The 24th.
Okay, the 24th. And who do we have
Miguel.
on the 24th?
Miguel.
Okay. All right, so we got somebody from born and bred in DC, and he's in Atlanta. Fashion,
everybody.
Fashion, clothes. Is really sharp guy, and his dad is sharp as well. You know what I'm saying? And we will have him on the podcast on Wednesday. So, with that being said, man, we thank you.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Right. Man,
this podcast is epic, okay?
No, man, thank you.
Thank you.
And it's
you keep closing the show and then you keep talking.
No, yeah, it's just we blessed, man. Thank you, man. You blessed us.
I hope that's we family. So they like this we could talk all night.
Yeah, man.
I know, which is it's interesting because we really could. I was just sitting here thinking about how, I don't think that an article has gone out and he hasn't been like, oh my God, or reposted. Right. And I'm like, oh my God, you're reposting, us, little old us. Like,
I'm about to repost the article I was reading today. I was just telling her earlier, I'm like, I did not know all this stuff about you. This new part of history I was learning from your past and your family. So I'm like, dang. The writer painted the way the way the writer wrote for you guys, it just really it kind of made me want to get in a relationship a little bit, but I'm gonna still stay here in single lane. But it definitely made me damn, I want to fall in love just a little teeny bit, bit.
The interesting thing about that is that the writer interviewed us months ago, okay? And she interviewed us months ago, but the pieces, the things that are actually in the article are things that she's learned from watching us or hopping on our podcast or, different things. So when I say she captured everything, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm blessed and I appreciate everybody who's ever written anything about us. But this article here, it brought tears, because some of the things she took from things that Jay has said in other conversations and things that I've said in conversation. So she just put it together. And then what brought me to tears is when I saw how she put my background and my history in it as well, and put his background and history and just put it all together, So it was really it was one of the best. Shout out to Femme Magazine.
Hey, y'all need a reality show. I'm just throwing that out there.
You let me tell you something. We need a reality show if we control the reality. If we're not controlling the reality, then it's probably, we've had a few that we've,
because we need something like that. I really liked Tiana Taylor and her husband when they had that show on Visual. Just that feel good of Tamala Mann and her husband, to where you see the love, but you get to see them. It feel like you're in their backyard, and it's fun, but it's still real. And because you guys are an experience. I will say this: if you know y'all are an experience. You get what I'm saying? A bunch of knowledge, a bunch of love, and a bunch of laughs. So,
right. No, I appreciate
listen, you put it together and you go to the producers. We got you.
Yeah, we have to control the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Us along with you.
And don't get it twisted. It's not easy. It's
See,
not.
and this is where the last.
Keep my feet. I'm gonna go.
No, go ahead. No, come on. Come on, stop. Why do you have to act like this? Come on.
Media Prince, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Business on Lock
Thank
Podcast,
y'all.
man. Franchise J. Claxton, Dr. Cassandra Vaughn, the Media Prince. Thank you, fam. Appreciate it. All right. My guy.
Don't log off yet.